Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into Midnight Hunt Draft. It is returning to MTG Arena, so we're going to be diving into that set. I've got a ton of content already about that set if you're looking for it, and then I've got this one, which is also going to be a fun one. The key things to know about Midnight Hunt, if you've never drafted it before, red is generally the worst color, so worth avoiding to a large degree. And like the color combinations involving red aren't that good. Blue-black tended to be a very good deck that was consistently able to come together. Blue-white was also very good, though a little bit less consistent. And then, yeah, Sereth the Viper's Fang is pretty good. It just basically makes it so that you can give all of your creatures Death Touch when they attack, which is just quite nice. And then, other than that, this pack is a little bit weak. This card never really performed super great. It was sometimes fine. The other uncommons are red-based, not great. This card's terrible. Olivia's Midnight Ambush is a pretty good removal spell. So that would be my next pick out of this pack. But the rare is pretty great. So, we're going to take that and move on. Okie doke. Devoted Graphkeeper is a pretty good uncommon, but it is not really the right colors for me. Vadrik, kind of a weird one. It's not particularly great. It's gold card in one of the worst color combos, and it's a little bit hard to use. The Diagraph Rebirth, which does play pretty well with Sereth. Good card to like get it back. There's Eaten Alive as the best common in the pack by a pretty decent margin. I think here it's mainly between Eaten Alive and Diagraph Rebirth. Given that I already have the Sereth, Diagraph Rebirth is a little bit more appealing because it's a green card, and I already have a green card. Green-black is not the greatest color combo, though. Devoted Graphkeeper is great. Blue-white is one of the better color combos. I might just take Eaten Alive to stay extra flexible. Taking a gold card this early doesn't really appeal to me, even though technically I'm going into black-green anyway. Okay, and now there's Eccentric Farmer, which is one of the best green commons, if not the just straight up best green one. Probably it is the best one. There is Diagraph Rebirth again. There's Thermo Alchemist, which is, again, putting myself into red early is not great. Like Moonrager Slash is the best red common, but you need to be getting these relatively late to be happy moving into red. Thermo Alchemist is pretty solid. I'm going to take the Eccentric Farmer. There's not a great black card to follow up the Eaten Alive, but I already have the Sereth, so I'm happy just taking the Farmer. Diagraph Rebirth is not a card I need to take early, I don't think. We'll see where this takes us. This card's quite good. It might not look it, but this card is excellent. It just has so much threat of activation. You get a lot of stats for just 3 mana, and the Covenant ability is pretty nice, especially because you come really close to enabling it just with the 1 card. So this is the best card in the pack. This card's also pretty solid. Again, I'm just going to stick to taking monocolored cards at the beginning of this draft. See what I can then pair it with later. But looks like green is potentially open. We've been seeing green-black cards. We've been seeing green-white cards now. We've been seeing straight-up green cards that are good. And pretty solid pickup here. Okay, so this pack is crazy. There's Kessig Naturalist, pick 5. There's also 4 other red cards. Unnatural Moonrise is not very good. Timberland Guide is sometimes nice in these Coven decks, because it lets you enable Coven. I'm just going to take the Kessig Naturalist, though. I don't want to necessarily go into red-green, but it might just be beating me over the head by being super open, getting this pick 5, so we will see what we shall see. It's overall not the greatest color combo to be in, but I don't think Timberland Guide is a card I'm ever really happy playing anyway. Okay, getting a couple Kessig Naturalists back-to-back. Again, the rest of this pack is super weak, so I don't mind taking it here. Like, Lambhold Harrier is fine, but just worse than the Naturalist. There's Timberland Guide, which, again, I don't think is particularly great. I've got my little pet card, Might of the Old Ways. This was a card that I actually thought was pretty nice. This card's not particularly great, just super hard to use. Not great in my opinion. Some people liked this card. This card's good in like blue-black decks that actually have zombies, but black doesn't seem particularly open. I'm just going to take Might of the Old Ways, stick to green. I don't have to be red-green. I can just be green-white or something, but I don't like the mob or this card either, so. I think Might of the Old Ways is pretty reasonable. This card's horrific. Don't play this card ever. This card's not much better. Path of the Festival is not particularly great. This is just a really bad pack. I think I'll take Unblinking Observer, maybe. Maybe Bat Whisperer. Yeah, probably Bat Whisperer. The red cards are not great. This card's not great either, though. I just don't like the Observer. Blue-green's kind of hard to use sometimes. I always liked Might of the Old Ways better than most, and I think that this card is pretty solid. I have some good ways to enable Coven. Tapping at the window, not my favorite. This card's not great either. So this is what wheeled. Seeing some red-green stuff. This is just such a bad uncommon. Famish Forge. I'm just going to take the green 2-drop. Pestilent Wolf. Got potential options. And it works with the Naturalist. A lot of red cards. As I'd expect. Okay, Harry was clearly the best card in the pack. Keep taking the Wolves. Wolves. I'll just keep taking these 2-drops. This card's not great. This card's, like, okay, but not great. I'm just going to stick to green. Neonate's Rush, eh? Yeah, I'll take the guy. Thank you so much, Fish, for the subscription. I really appreciate the support. We have a crazy pack here, but yeah, 3 months. Thank you. This is a weird pack. I mean, there's not a single good green card. This is the only green card in the pack, and it's going to wheel, pretty much guaranteed. There's not a good red card either. This card's also going to wheel. There's Denick, which is nowhere near where I'm playing. If I wanted to like take a black card, which is really the only other direction I could really go, is green-black in this draft, which I don't think is going to happen because somebody else took the 2 green-black cards. I guess I could take a white card. We saw a little bit of green-white pack 1. I don't even know. This is just honestly a terrible pack. I'll take the Denick just to fill my vault faster, get maybe some gems from my slots. I don't even know. I do like Death Bonnet Sprout. This card's pretty good. Eccentric Farmer's pretty good as well. This card's great. Like, there are some good black cards here, but black was not open at all pack 1, so I'm not going to try to get into black. Ghoul's kind of hard to use. I think I'll just stick to green and then see what presents itself. I'm just not going to really try to force into red-green just because I have 2 naturalists. But I can just play green cards. The Farmer's also a good pickup, but I'll just take the Sprout instead. So I can play a heavy green deck and use Unnatural Growth. That's actually pretty nice. This card's really good if you're a heavy green deck. Pretty great. Just doubles all your creatures. Over the Outland Liberator's fine. Shadow Beast Sighting's great too. Maybe I'll wheel one of these green cards. The Birdadmire doesn't really fit the deck at all because you need to be attacking. At least in the deck that I have, it feels like. I guess I could take Revenge of the Drowned. I don't like Candlelit Cavalry. 5-mana 5/5 Trampler is okay, though. I just don't think I need to take it. I'll just take this card. Broodweaver. 2/4 that dies into a 1/2. Not great. Orc and Hoarder's absurd. We'll just take that. I do like Harvest-Tide Sentry. Search Party Captain and Candlegrove Witch are also nice. I'll take the green card that's guaranteed to make my deck. Duel for Dominance can be good. Evolving Wilds can be good. Especially because I do have this Eccentric Farmer. I think I'll take the Evolving Wilds. I'll probably wheel a Duel for Dominance later. Oh, Death Bonnet Sprout. Nice. Brimstone Vandal. The, like 3 mana, 2/3 menace card. That card's just not great. Just mediocre. I'll take the Sprout. So I don't really have any reason to go into whites. I have a couple blue cards, so I guess I'll take the Drownyard Amalgam. This card's pretty bad. Wow, I wheeled the Farmer. That's insane. Shadow Beast Siding came back. Yeah. I'm like the only green drafter. I don't really want to play red. That's something I said at the beginning of the draft. I only took these because there was nothing else in the pack for me. Currently I'm mono green. And like I could actually end mono green because I have like all the like tools to do it. I have enough. I'm gonna get enough playables just in mono green. So I can just splash blue for Orc and Hoarder pretty much if I want to. Of course I get a sick green rare. Let's go. What a pickup. That's actually a great card for me. There's also Organ Hoarder. Easy pickup. If I wasn't taking this, I'm not sure what I'd take. Probably Organ Hoarder. So this is basically like I draw an extra card every turn. It's kind of hard to use though because it's pretty slow. It's funny because Eccentric Farmer might legitimately wheel. But I'm just going to take it anyway. At this point, I'm kind of wishing there was a card that I took Eccentric Farmer over that was like the one that lets you pay. That has like it's 3 mana to get a card back from your graveyard and then 5 mana to flashback. Festival Crasher was never a card I loved in red-green. I don't really like this card. This is a weird pack for me. I might just take Evolving Wilds, even though it doesn't like necessarily look great in mono green. When you have 3 Eccentric Farmers, it just like doubles up. Yeah, Dryad's Revival's the name. Howl of the Hunt, not really my favorite. I'm just going to take the Evolving Wilds because it'll help me with my splash, because I'm probably going to splash blue at the very least. Scab Wrangler's an insane card. What a pickup. Man, this is crazy. So the reason I'm taking Dryad Revival here over good cards like Dawnheart Mentor and Eccentric Farmer is because Dryad Revival gives me a way to get back Unnatural Growth if I mill it over. So if I'm milling my deck all this time with Eccentric Farmers, I'm going to mill like 12 cards, say, or my Death Bonnet Sprouts or whatever. I mill over Dryad Revival and Unnatural Growth. It means I can get back the Unnatural Growth and I get to play it again. So this is why I'm taking this card over Dawnheart Mentor and over Eccentric Farmer, which are both good cards, because Dryad Revival like actually like fuels my game plan super well. I'm legitimately mono blue right now. I mean mono green right now. I have 2 Evolving Wilds, and then I can facilitate a light blue splash, I think. Probably don't want to splash for this thing, though. Well, not really so much a tutor, but it makes it so that if you, like, yeah, kind of. I guess, kind of, yeah. Not a tutor, per se. But, like, if I'm milling so much. I have these things which mill 3 cards. I have these things which mill cards. So, I don't want to miss out on being able to play my Unnatural Growth. just because I'm milling so much, and I'm going to be able to win the game almost every time I put that card into play. Also, I think I'd play the Evolving Wilds even if my... I play the Evolving Wilds even if I'm mono green because I have the Farmers, and they play well together. I don't think Farmer's going to wheel with 2 cards left in the pack. That makes no sense. They'll just take some random unplayable jank. How many creatures do I have? 16. Is it worth playing Organ Hoarder? Probably not. Like, I can just play 16 lands and be totally fine. I don't have any removal. But going into blue isn't going to give me removal. I'm going to start out playing mono green. We'll see how it goes. Organ Hoarder's nice, but being able to cast this every time on turn 5 is huge. So yeah, we're going to run it like this, and I will see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to those who support at the credits level. If you've never seen the Patreon page, this is what it looks like. It features tons of different membership levels depending on how much you would like to contribute towards my channel, and also which rewards you would like to gain access to. Things like tier lists, Patreon polls, bonus content being put in the credits, and even coaching at the highest level. And then it also contains all the information that you need to know about Patreon, like what it is, how it works, and then what the funds go towards, such as the Patreon goals and things like that. And then you gain access to all of the Patreon posts for your level. Anyway, I really do appreciate all of the patrons who support my work in this way. It makes a big difference in my ability to make content, and so I just want to say thank you. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1, mono green time. Let's go. We already have a natural growth, which means we're guaranteed to win this game. Just how we drew it up. Schizo. I like having a 1/1 to block the 3/1 or an 0/4 to block it. Hello, Kamaskan. This deck is so sweet. We don't have any removal, so we're going to struggle against certain matchups, but... Oh, they kill that? What the heck is happening? This is so perfect. Not going to attack. They are incentivized to kill this, but... Next turn, we're just going to hit him for, like, 10. He found powers of the Force, some determined to be unnatural. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful, he could manipulate the metachlorians needed to create life. What the heck is that supposed to accomplish? Coming in. Yes! Justice! Oh my gosh. He was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful. Unnatural. It's not Shane. That was not a Shane concession. I think they were just casting it to say, look at the type of card I'm playing, And look at the type of card you're playing. Ah, yes. Time to just completely scupper the Mythic player. Oh, perfect. This is a great hand. So what happens is, if you're playing a Mythic against a non-Mythic player, you get completely hosed if you lose, rank-wise. I think they had no chance of winning fall, so they conceded. That's generally when people concede. Oh ho, if I can hit some lands. Okie doke. Evolving Wilds. Maybe I don't want to play 2 of them. I did think I want some number of Evolving Wilds to synergize with the Eccentric Farmers, because it just really is nice to be able to lock it up. Probably I should just play 1, though. I'll make that change after this game. Ah. I'm gonna play the Wolf. This thing won't be able to be blocked. And next turn I can play Wolf and Might of the Old Ways. Or Wolf and buff Snarling Wolf. I have no removal for the Interloper, so I have to race them. Definitely blocking. I can't stop the flying damage. Sure. Another search party captain would be kind of bad for me here. A normal blocker for my Wolf, though, might be okay. So one thing with combat tricks is you can't make it obvious that you have one, or your opponent's going to play around it, even if they're not very good. So because I have Snarling Wolf, I can't really use Might of the Old Ways as effectively, because if I don't activate Snarling Wolf, they're going to know something's up. Okay, opponent. Do your worst. So they essentially traded Ritual of Hope for this thing. Oh gosh, that's not good. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they might not want to attack with everything. I'm not particularly inclined to block if they attack all this time. Perfect. Probably. This card was really good for them because it makes it really hard for me to race. Okay, so this can give +3. I think I'm just going to play the Dawnhart Mentor after these things trade off. Yikes. Perfect. Bought myself a little bit of time. This could make a difference in the race. Okay. I think I have to try to keep my guy alive, so I'm going to do this. Even though I don't get to draw a card now. Oh, I do, because the +2/+2 comes in before. Right. So if they attack all out, I'll live at 1. And then I have Dawnhart Mentor to push through for lethal. So this will be a 3/3. This will be a 1/1. This will be a 1/1. They have no blockers. I forgot how Might of the Old Ways worked. What a silly me. Yep. I'm accepting my death to a combat trick. Oh, I remember how that animation used to piss me off. Yep. Yep. Oh, I think I played that as well as I could have. That's tough. That is tough. I think I'm fine with the 2 Evolving Wilds, actually. Drawing 1 in a game is fine. That's just rough. It's kind of unlucky. That card that they killed me with is not that good. I could have held back a 1/1 so that I wouldn't die to some random stuff, but I was kind of toast if they had something, and I needed to have all my creatures so I could have... I think doing extra 1 point of damage to them is actually... Because they were at 5. So if they'd gone up to 7 with that card anyway, I don't think I can kill them regardless, so... Okay, they're playing a unplayable card, so now we have to win. This card is super bad. Whew, what a mill draw combo. That was good. Getting rid of a useless land. Drawing a sentry. And I have a bunch of 2/2s in the deck, so this will turn on Coven. Got Defender, right. See, I didn't mill any lands there, but because I'd milled the land from other things, I was able to get one back. I'd like to keep 3 creatures in play, so Might of the Old Ways is on. There's a card draw spell. Howl of the Hunt is not the greatest card in the world, but you can do stuff sometimes. Milling a creature's fine, because that makes this thing more likely to flip. I don't want this thing to transform right now. I'm mostly just waiting for the Sprout to flip. Because if I attack with the farmer, they'll block with this thing, and then they'll flip this thing, and then they'll attack and get their guy back, and then I can guess I can trade with the thing then. Okay. If they attack with it, it makes no sense. Because I block, this thing flips, I then eat their guy out of their graveyard before the Brief Survivor can do anything. I'll block with my Defender. Oh, right, this thing doesn't do any damage, right? Yeah. So I did mess that up. Oh, well, I forgot what the cards did to some degree. I think this thing untaps it. Triple Might of the Old Ways, just how I like it. So the goal is for them to like use the Cathar Commander to flip this thing or something weird. That guy's still gonna untap though. Oops, I screwed that up. I could have drawn 2 cards. I buffed the wrong guy. Felt like they didn't have anything. They might have been color screwed. I don't know. For me, I was like, oh, I'm playing mono green, so them playing mono white is perfectly reasonable. Everyone understands that monocolored is just viable, clearly. I think Might of the Old Ways is the card that had the biggest discrepancy between how good I thought it was and how good everyone else thought it was. I had a draft one time where I had 6 Might of the Old Ways, and I think I cast it like 20-something times in the course of the draft. And I drew a card like 15 times. It's like, I just think the card's great. Okay, let's not trash on our opponent too hard. They might have never played the format before. The card has a lot of text on it. I mean, sure, it's bad, but... Ugh. If they only got to play half their cards, it does make it hard to win. I mean, people just don't like combat tricks that much. I think people just suck at using combat tricks and run them into 2-for-1s. You can usually find a time where your opponent's tapped out and get a 2-for-1. Oh, this is Dryad's Revival. They probably have Startle or something. Sure, I am okay with that. You might be wondering why I didn't play the Eccentric Farmer, and it's pretty much exactly for the reason why I'm playing Evolving Wilds in the first place. I'm gonna play this right now. I know I could go for the Sprout Farmer combo, but I don't need a land drop this turn. Getting a 4/4 into play is just nicer, I think. Maybe the Sprout would have been better. See, exactly why I play the Evolving Wilds. Pretty much exactly why. Because this way I got to make sure I had a land drop with my farmer. I'm going to get back my other Death Blue Bonnet Sprout, I think. That or my Dawn Hunt. There's a way to give this thing Death Touch, I feel like. Storm Rider Spirit, sure. I was gonna get the this guy, that's why I didn't do that pre-combat to enable Coven for my +2/+2 card. Yeah, Blade Brand. I was thinking it. I just didn't say it out loud. I did have the name in my dome. Okay. Got this to flashback next turn. You could have the counter spell. I'm fine to have them flip the switch this thing. Yep. Yep. Wow. Okay, what do they have? What do they take that they possibly don't want the other card for? Okay, that thing, sure. So they're tapped out. So if they double block, they lose both their guys. Okay. Easily taking the angler out of the equation. Great draw. They have 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 14 power. Should be fine. Let's go! Haha, mono green greater than all. Got him! They played 3 organ orders that game or something? Who cares? Oh, man. Unnatural. I was pretty happy letting them use Flip the Switch on my flashback 4-4. Because I didn't have the 8th land at the time. There was a consideration to just doing nothing there. Because I know they have Flip the Switch, but they're just going to be able to hold it up and it'll stall me out for a while. And I had plenty to do with my mana and all that jazz. The one minor misplay I had, or decision point, was I could have gotten back my Death Sprout guy to potentially enable my +2/+2 draw card. If I had wanted to get that guy back. I was kind of hoping to get back the Coven guy, but I think getting back the Death Sprout was probably just correct regardless, so I probably should have just done that pre-combat. Okay, here we go. Candlelit Cavalry. Oh, no, they had to counter it. No, I'm not saying they were going to not counter it. I was saying I could have just not cast anything, and they wouldn't have been able to use it. I think you missed what I was saying there. It wasn't that I was trying to make... I think they're going to counter the thing. Pretty obviously they're going to counter it. Okay. Silverbolt kills this, so I don't really want to counter it up with the Pestilent Wolf. So casting something wasn't always correct. I had a 4-drop in my hand that if I drew a land the next turn I could play around it. Being able to buff with my Timberland Guide is so good here. Because now they're going to go for this. I'll get to Might of the Old Ways, hit them for 5, draw a card. Oh, it's too easy sometimes. It's all part of my strategy. Strategy. And they concede. What can I say? I'm a master. Oh, that was so satisfying. Oh, that was satisfying. Just got him. It's a tough spot, but I think it might just be correct to kill the wolf. Because you know it's going to die. And you get so owned by Might of the Old Ways. And my play, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Should have responded to the pump on this. I wasn't going to cast Might of the Old Ways if they had the thing. And if the play still doesn't work, even if I like respond to the +1/+1 counter being on the stack, because the guy's a 4/4 then, so it doesn't matter when they do it. And I still draw the card because it's a 4/4, and I have a 4/4, 1/1, and 2/2. So there was nothing they could have done there unless they killed a wolf. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm having so much fun in this set. It's like kind of bizarre, but some sets are just more fun than others. I mean, I guess that's not bizarre at all. That's just how the world works. But I'm having a lot more fun in this set than I had in Baldur's Gate stuff, even though I've played this set way more. Just because, like, I played this set when it was out. This set's a lot of fun. I feel like I have a cool deck. Another blue-black matchup. Attack me, I'm ready for it. I shall take it with honor. They're probably like, wow, mono green. No! I'm gonna play the Augur, I don't have anything else to do. And I get the nice blocks up. Killing a creature, drawing that. Oh, sad day. Oh, they could revenge me. That would be brutal. Okay, sure. I thought they were going to revenge the drown by Augur of Autumn, and so it would get milled by the Sprout. Oh, I'm dead. There's no way I can beat that. I just straight up don't have a kill spell in my deck. I need to flip this thing. Oh, that could do it. Hmm. I could have played this land off the top of my deck. Whoops. That would have been way better. Yes, drawing that. Nice. They can't counter it. Spells can't be countered, baby. Sure, I'll put it on top. If they tap out, I think I can kill them. The Unnatural Growth Serith Candlelit Cavalry combo. No, 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 I don't want to cast this. I don't want to cast this. Thank goodness. Okay. So they can Revenge of the Drown my Candlelit Cavalry now. So maybe I just Eccentric Farmer plus Serith now. They're probably going to use this on my Augur of Autumn, if I had to guess. They're going to use this on something, so... I mean, if you have Lear in play, you're probably going to win anyway. Just being honest here. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, that's a huge problem. Ouch. Okay, Explode, let's say that a little bit nicer. Oh, we don't want to make people in chat feel bad. Yep, I figured they'd do that. That's unfortunate. Please try to counter it. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna put this on the bottom. Well, they only have one copy of Lear, and if they have Lear, they have a billion things to do anyway. That's the point, MP. It doesn't matter if you have synergy with one individual card in your deck. If you have Lear in play, you're doing so much work, it doesn't matter. Wow, they're going to 1, and they only have 2 blockers. So I've Dryad Revival to get back something. I can cast a 3-drop. I don't have anything to give Trample. They have 9 mana. Okay, that's 1 blocker. Mono green is epic. Okay. That was a great draw. That was a huge draw. This can give Trample. Currently I have 3, 4, 5 attackers, and they only have 4 blockers. Now they have to blink first. So don't blink first is the motto. They would have had to have me mess up. Man, we beat Lear. Ooh, unnatural growth is too good. Turning all my creatures into monsters is insane. Oh my gosh, we did it. The Evolving Wilds were also... It was funny because I would have lost if I had had the Evolving Wilds and I hadn't drawn a normal land. Because I needed to be able to... because I needed to be able to activate the Mentor that turn. So I needed an untapped land. But I was going to be pretty happy to have the Evolving Wilds if I could, like, shuffle my stuff in. I believe this is the first red deck I'm coming up against. Come on, give me a land. Give me an L-A-N-D. Land, land, land. Ouch. That's scary. No! Yay! Ooh, there's all the lands, baby! Woohoo! Howl of the Hunt seems questionable. Did you see the deck at all? Because I don't have that many cards, my man. I only have green cards. I really want to just attack with this and see if they block or something. I'm not. I mean, it doesn't really. That's like really the only card that I'm playing that I normally wouldn't, and it's also not that bad. So. I should cut an Evolving Wilds. I should only play one. It's just missing on Farmer feels so bad. Get owned. I really hope they double block. Yep. Like, that situation is pretty nice. Now I have a 6/6 that they have to kill. Unfortunately, Doomblade everything, so they probably have Doomblade. Okay, red-black vampires. Sometimes it's nice to have some diversity. Coming in hot. Ready or not, here I come. Oh, and this has Vigilance? I forgot about that. 6, 8, 10, 13, 15. I think that's legal. Yep. Very misleading name. They didn't Doomblade anything. They didn't cast a Doomblade that entire game. What's the world coming to when you can't even trust Doomblade everything? Okay, folks, we have to make the change. I gotta make a change. Two Evolving Wilds is too fancy. One Evolving Wilds is the perfect amount of fanciness. It just feels so good to be like, ah, yes, I'm playing the Evolving Wilds in my monocolored deck for synergy purposes. But I think 2 of them's too many. If I draw both into game, it just hoses me so hard. And I have enough self-mill that I'll probably mill lands anyway from my other stuff. I did not. I was playing mono green and then I got Unnatural Growth somewhere along the line. I wasn't necessarily going to play mono green, and then I got it like, I think it might have gotten passed to me in pack 2 or something. Like late pack 2. Does anyone remember? I just had a ton of green cards and nobody else was playing green. And then I had it in a pack and I was like, well, I guess I could do that. It was actually a really good draft. I was pretty happy with how I drafted it. I would not play Turn the Earth. That card is terrible. Never play Turn the Earth. Just better left not doing that. We are in Diamond. Poor Caffin. Oh, Caffin. Oh no. Last time we saw this card, we dominated it, so I'm ready. Oh gosh, that card's so good. Root Coil Creeper. I'm in trouble because I can't race their flyer, really. Flyers are too good. Rise of the Ants. Those two cards are both independently good. Oh my gosh, why? What the heck? What the heck? I'm getting dumpstered. It's so sad. Da 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 da. Root Coil Creeper. Gosh. Gale Drifter's owning me. I'm gonna have to come up with a plan. No! Gosh. They have this silver bolt that's really bugging me. These are my blocks, opponent. Silver bolt what you will. Yep. Kind of fine. I have 3 turns to live, so I don't think I can win this. I mean, holding up tricks isn't the worst. It's just, I can't beat a flyer if they play it on turn 3 on the play. Let's see what they do. No! That was my only chance! Oh. That would have been such a sick top deck. I needed to hit a land and then top deck the unnatural growth so I could do that, make this thing a 14/14 trample. But yeah, I was dead anyway. Pain. I was dead anyway. Okay. Let's see if we can get a trophy, though. We have one more round to do it. Bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum. Six and 2. Turn 2 Root Coil Creeper is a good card. I have no removal in this deck. I don't have a single way to kill a creature if it's in play. So flyers are the bane of my existence. I can gum up the ground. A humble gold player. Okay, we're gonna keep this. We have not yet gotten to put Sirith into play. No, we did once. Turn 1 Death Bonnet Sprout has got to be one of the best feelings. You got to be kidding. No. Not the turn 1 Ecstatic Awakener. Brutal. Hello, Small Sam. Owned. Hoisted by my own evolving wild petard, as they say. Oh, you're kidding me. This game is so over. I've played Delver in Limited before. It works sometimes. First Blood. I wouldn't say completely fine. It's generally underpowered in Limited if you don't have the right deck for it. That would have been such a good trade. Give me the Scab Wrangler for my 1/1. Could I mill a creature? You gotta be kidding me, man. Death Bonnet Sprout just does not want to cooperate. Okay. Well, this seal's like the most obvious flip the switch I've ever seen. Or maybe it could just be Ecstatic Awakener. Could be flip the switch as well. Let's go. No! Don't really understand the Scab Wrangler attack there. The fact that this thing has milled literally all lands for me, so I can't ever flip it, is brutal. You're kidding me. Unnatural Growth. My one savior. So this is going to flip next turn. I'll start gaining those things. They're hitting me with a lot of stuff. They can tap stuff down. They have their Scab Wrangler. It's irritating. What are you going to tap, buddy? So they're hitting me for at least 4 a turn. Probably more, because that thing's pretty much unblockable for me. Okay. This can block there, which is nice. That's a pretty decent draw. Lets me enable this thing next turn if I want. So they're going to sacrifice this thing. They're going to make this 4/4. I don't think I can afford to take 8 here. I'll just give up the 1/1. Yep. Oh. Two, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's a bummer. Gosh, the Dryad's Revival. Would have been so good if I'd drawn it. The fact they have Startled is brutal. They can attack for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14. This is 5. Gosh darn it. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Oh my gosh, I forgot this card existed. Oh man, this game would have been so winnable if they didn't have Scab Wrangler. Oh my gosh. I'm just scooping. There's no way I can win this thing. Oh my gosh. Forgot about Diagraph Ward. My goodness. Oh, I was so close to a trophy. Oh, I was inches away. Unfortunate. That card was not... Oh, you're talking about Scab Wrangler. I thought you were talking about Diagraph. Diagraph Ward was a common. But yeah, 6 and 3 with a nice mono green deck. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. The Evolving Wilds tech never really showed itself, but I think it might have one time where I played it and then I got it back with an Eccentric Farmer in the mid game. But generally, maybe would have been better without it because I did have some awkward scenarios using it. And when you say no direct removal, it just means literal no removal at all. But yeah, pretty cool deck and a lot of fun playing it. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it all the way to the end, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content, and in the comments section down below, leave hashtag unnatural to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. You can also support my content on Patreon if you enjoy this sort of video and want to help me make more of them. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Linked in the description. There's tons of cool rewards you can gain access to, and also the funds help me make cooler and better content. You can also find links to my articles, the NicolaiBolas Discord server, my stream, all of that stuff in the description down below. That's going to do it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.